Are you ready for a doomsday scenario? Now I know what you're thinking. That's a pretty heavy question to start off with, and you're right. But when it comes to being prepared, there's no such thing as a question too big or too small. The truth is, no one can predict the future. We can only prepare for it. And when it comes to preparedness, it's not just about having a stash of canned beans and a flashlight. It's about strategic planning and having the right tools at your disposal. Today, we're going to talk about 11 essential items that you should have in your house in the event of a doomsday scenario. These are not your average everyday items. They're the difference between just surviving and actually thriving when the going gets tough. Now, I'm not talking about your run-of-the-mill items like a bag of rice or a few bottles of water. No, these are items that are going to provide you with the means to sustain yourself and your loved ones in the long run. We're talking about a water purification system, canned foods, a first aid kit, a portable generator, a Firestarter Kit, a survival knife, a solar-powered radio, a flashlight with batteries, shelter materials, personal hygiene items, and last but not least, local maps. Each of these items is crucial for its own reasons, but they all share one common goal: to keep you safe and sound during a doomsday scenario. They are the difference between being at the mercy of your circumstances and being in control of them. Now, I know that's a lot to take in. You might be wondering why you need all these items or how they're going to help you in a doomsday scenario. Well, don't worry. I'm going to take you through each item one by one, explaining why it's important and how it can be used. So buckle up, because we're going to delve into the essentials you need to weather any storm. First and foremost, the lifeblood of survival: water. Water, the essence of life, is more than just a thirst quencher. It maintains our body temperature, aids digestion, and flushes out toxins, making it an absolute necessity for survival. But in a doomsday scenario, the tap may not always run clear and clean. This is where a water purification system comes into play. A water purification system is a lifesaver, quite literally. It's designed to remove impurities, harmful bacteria and viruses from water, transforming even the murkiest of puddles into a safe, drinkable resource. In essence, it's like having a personal, portable water treatment plant. Now let's dive into how these systems work. The process is fairly straightforward. Water is first filtered to remove large particles and sediment. Next, it's treated with a disinfectant, typically iodine or chlorine, to kill any remaining microorganisms. Finally, the water is strained through an ultrafine filter, often a ceramic or membrane filter, to eliminate any leftover impurities. The result? Clean, safe water, ready to quench your thirst. In a doomsday scenario, having access to clean water is not just about staying hydrated. It's about cooking, cleaning, and maintaining personal hygiene. It's about warding off waterborne diseases and keeping your body functioning optimally in a less than optimal situation. A water purification system is not just a tool, it's a lifeline. But remember, not all water purification systems are created equal. Some are compact and lightweight, perfect for on-the-go situations. Others are larger and more complex, designed to purify larger quantities of water. When choosing a system, consider your needs, your environment, and your available resources. In conclusion, a water purification system is a must-have item for any doomsday scenario. It's an investment in your health and safety, a means to ensure you have access to the most basic of human needs: clean, safe water. Remember, without water, survival is but a mirage in the desert. Next up, let's talk about fueling the body: canned foods. In a survival scenario, food security is paramount, and canned goods provide a reliable and long-lasting source of nourishment. Canned foods offer a surprising range of variety. From fruits, vegetables, and beans to soups, meats, and fish, there's a canned version of almost every food group. This diversity allows for a balanced diet even in the midst of a crisis. The longevity of canned foods is a key factor contributing to their value in a survival situation. Many canned goods have a shelf life of several years, some even lasting up to a decade or more. This longevity ensures that you will always have a ready supply of food, no matter how long the crisis lasts. The nutritional value of canned foods is also worth noting. While fresh is always best, canned foods can retain much of their nutritional value due to the canning process. This process involves heating the food in the can to kill bacteria and other microorganisms, which helps to preserve the food and its nutrients. So, even if you're living off canned foods, you can still maintain a relatively healthy diet. One of the benefits of canned foods is their convenience. They're pre-cooked and ready to eat straight from the can, making them ideal for situations where cooking facilities might be limited. Plus, the can itself can be repurposed in various ways, such as a cooking pot or a container for small items. When stocking up on canned foods, consider variety, nutritional value, and your personal dietary needs and preferences. And remember, always rotate your stock to ensure you're consuming the oldest cans first, keeping your supply as fresh as possible. In a survival scenario, canned foods provide more than just sustenance. They offer a sense of normalcy, a touch of comfort in an otherwise challenging situation. When the world outside is in chaos, there's something reassuring about opening a can of your favorite soup or fruit. With a well-stocked pantry of canned foods, you'll keep hunger at bay. Moving on to health essentials, a comprehensive first aid kit. Now, when it comes to bracing for the unexpected, your health should always take precedence. And that's where a well-stocked first aid kit comes in. Think of it as your personal medic, ready to spring into action when the need arises. You might be wondering, what makes a first aid kit comprehensive? Well, there are a few key components that are non-negotiable. First off, adhesive bandages in various sizes for those minor cuts and scrapes. Sterile gauze pads and adhesive tape are also critical, perfect for dressing larger wounds. Next, tweezers and a pair of medical scissors can be lifesavers. You never know when you'll need to remove splinters, cut bandages, or even perform minor surgeries. Antiseptics and disinfectants such as hydrogen peroxide or iodine are also essential to prevent infections. You can't afford an infected wound when medical help is miles away or simply unreachable. Don't forget about over-the-counter medications. Pain relievers, fever reducers, antihistamines for allergic reactions, and anti-diarrheal medicines are all worth their weight in gold when you're dealing with a health crisis. And let's not forget a digital thermometer. In a survival situation, being able to monitor fever can be crucial to early detection of serious illnesses. But a first aid kit isn't just about physical health. Mental health is equally important, especially when dealing with a crisis. That's why it's important to pack comfort items. A packet of your favorite tea, perhaps, or a bar of chocolate. These little things can bring a sense of normalcy and comfort in tough times. Lastly, remember to include a first aid manual. Even if you're well versed in first aid procedures, under stress, it's easy to forget or mix things up. A handy manual can guide you through the steps calmly and effectively. In the face of adversity, a first aid kit becomes your personal hospital. It's not just a box of supplies, it's a lifeline, an assurance that you have the means to tackle health emergencies head-on. So when prepping for Doomsday, remember to prioritize your first aid kit. Your future self will thank you. Powering up next, the portable generator. This compact dynamo is a beacon of hope when the lights go out. It keeps your world running when the power grid fails, making it an essential tool in any emergency situation. Now let's talk about what it does. Simply put, a portable generator converts fuel, usually gasoline or diesel, into electrical power. Think of it as your personal power station, ready to light up your home, charge your devices, or even run your refrigerator. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Always position your generator outside and away from windows to prevent the deadly exhaust fumes from entering your home. And of course, keep it dry. Rain or standing water can lead to electrocution or damage the generator, so handle with caution and this powerhouse will serve you well. With a portable generator, you hold the power of electricity in your hands. Let's spark some survival wisdom with a Firestarter Kit. Fire, one of the 4 ancient elements, is an essential tool for our survival. Its importance cannot be overstated in situations where you need to stay warm, cook food, or signal for help. Now, a Firestarter Kit is not your average box of matches. It's a collection of tools specially designed to help you start a fire in any weather condition. It typically includes a ferrocerium rod and striker, waterproof matches, and tinder. To use it, you simply strike the rod with the striker to create sparks. Add these sparks to your tinder, and there you have it. A fire. Of course, fire demands respect. Always make sure to use it responsibly, ensuring it's fully extinguished when you're done. And remember, never leave a fire unattended. With a Firestarter Kit, warmth and cooked meals are always within reach. Cutting to the chase, the survival knife. This is not just an ordinary kitchen knife, folks, but a multi-tool marvel, a must-have in any doomsday scenario. Imagine yourself in a situation where you need to cut through thick ropes, open cans, or even start a fire. Your survival knife is your best companion. Think of it as a Swiss Army knife on steroids. With a sturdy, sharp blade, it can help you with hunting, skinning, and preparing your food. It can also be a lifesaver in building shelters, crafting tools, and even in self-defense. Moreover, a good survival knife may come with additional features like a compass, fire starter, or a hollow handle to store small yet essential items. Its robustness and versatility make it a vital part of your survival kit. Remember, when the chips are down, you'll want to have a tool that's up to the task. A survival knife, your tool, your weapon, your survival companion. Tuning into survival, the solar-powered radio. In the event of a disaster, information is as crucial as water and food. Staying informed about the situation around you can help you make important decisions, like when it's safe to leave your shelter or which areas to avoid due to flooding or fallen trees. Now imagine a device that requires no electricity and can provide you with this life-saving information. That's where the solar-powered radio comes into play. Harnessing the power of the sun, this device can keep you connected to the world, even when the power grid is down. It's not just about news updates, though. Many solar radios also feature built-in flashlights, cell phone chargers, and emergency weather alerts, making them a multifunctional tool in your survival kit. In a world where the unexpected can happen at any moment, a solar-powered radio is your lifeline to the outside world. With a solar-powered radio, you stay connected to the world, shining a light on survival, the flashlight and extra batteries. When the grid goes down and darkness creeps in, you'll be grateful for this duo. It's not just about seeing where you're going, it's about safety, it's about sanity. In a survival scenario, a reliable flashlight can mean the difference between spotting a potential threat or stumbling into danger unawares. It can help you read, cook, or even signal for help in the dead of night. But remember, a flashlight is only as good as its power source. That's where the extra batteries come in. Storing a healthy stockpile of batteries ensures that your flashlight won't go out when you need it most. It's not just for the flashlight, though. Batteries are the lifeblood of many survival tools, from radios to medical equipment. So don't skimp on them. With a flashlight and batteries, you'll never be left in the dark. Building a haven of survival, shelter materials. Let's delve into the significance of having the right materials on hand to construct a makeshift shelter, particularly in a doomsday scenario. In a world turned topsy-turvy, your home might not be the safe haven it once was. It could be compromised by natural disasters, structural damage, or simply be in an unsafe location. That's where shelter materials come into play. These are your backup plan, your safety net, your home away from home. Shelter materials can range from tarps and tents to sleeping bags and bivy sacks. Tarps and tents can provide a quick and easy shelter solution, giving you protection from the elements in a matter of minutes. They're lightweight, portable, and can be set up with minimal tools or knowledge. But what if you find yourself in a situation where a tarp or tent isn't enough? That's where sleeping bags and bivy sacks come in. These are designed to retain heat and protect you from the cold, making them essential for survival in harsh weather conditions. But it's not just about having the right materials. It's also about knowing how to use them. You should be familiar with different shelter building techniques, such as creating a lean-to with a tarp or building a debris hut. A well-built shelter can make the difference between life and death, providing you with warmth, protection, and a sense of security. And let's not forget about the psychological benefits. Having a shelter, even a makeshift one, can give you a sense of control and normalcy in a chaotic situation. It's a place where you can rest, regroup, and plan your next steps. Remember, in a doomsday scenario, your usual comforts might be stripped away, but with the right shelter materials and the knowledge to use them, you can create a safe haven in even the most dire circumstances. So pack your shelter materials, learn how to use them, because when the chips are down, They might just be your ticket to survival, giving you a chance to live another day, to fight another fight. Shelter materials, your home away from home. Next, maintaining cleanliness in chaos, personal hygiene items. Now, it's easy to overlook the importance of personal hygiene when you're focused on survival. But in reality, maintaining cleanliness is key to staying healthy, especially in a disaster scenario. First off, let's talk about oral hygiene. Toothpaste, toothbrushes, and dental floss are essentials. Neglecting your teeth can lead to painful dental issues that are tough to handle without professional help. Remember, a healthy mouth is a part of a healthy body. Next up, let's not forget about soap. A good old bar of soap is your first line of defense against germs and diseases. It's not just for keeping you smelling fresh, but also for preventing infections and illnesses. And if you can, get a soap that's biodegradable. It's kinder to the environment and can be safely used outdoors. Then there's the all-important toilet paper. It's not just a comfort item, it's a necessity. It promotes sanitary conditions and helps prevent the spread of diseases. And while we're on the subject, feminine hygiene products are equally essential. They promote comfort, cleanliness, and dignity for women in challenging times. Hand sanitizers, too, deserve a mention. They're perfect for times when water is scarce and you need to clean your hands quickly. They kill germs effectively, reducing the risk of sickness. Lastly, don't forget about small items like nail clippers and tweezers. You'd be surprised how a small cut or a splinter can become a big problem if not taken care of properly. Maintaining personal hygiene might seem trivial compared to finding food or building a shelter, but it's every bit as crucial. It's about more than just comfort. It's about preventing illness and infection that could endanger your survival. Remember, in the midst of chaos, it's not just about surviving, but also about maintaining our humanity and dignity. With personal hygiene items, you maintain dignity and health in the face of disaster. Finally, navigating through the unknown, local maps. You see, in a world where we've grown accustomed to having all the information at our fingertips, we often forget the value of a good old-fashioned paper map. But in a doomsday scenario, when the digital world may be out of reach, physical maps swoop in as your trusty guides to survival. Now, why are local maps so important? Well, let's paint a picture. Power grids are down, communication networks are offline, and your handy GPS is as good as a paperweight. You're in the dark, both literally and figuratively. This is where a local map becomes your lifeline, your compass in the chaos. Having a collection of local maps, maps of your town, your county, and your state, gives you a clear overview of your surroundings. They can point you to the nearest water sources, guide you to less populated areas, and help you avoid potential danger zones. You'll know the quickest routes to safety, the locations of medical facilities, and even where to find food sources like local farms or hunting grounds. Local maps also aid in planning and strategizing. They allow you to mark safe zones, track your movements, and even plan escape routes if need be. They help you stay organized and oriented, which is crucial when every moment counts. Moreover, local maps are durable and reliable. They don't require a Wi-Fi connection, they won't run out of battery, and they aren't susceptible to cyber attacks. They are a timeless tool that, with a little knowledge on how to read them, can be a lifesaver. In short, having local maps on hand ensures that you're never lost, even when everything else is. They're your roadmap to survival, your guide through the wilderness, and your key to navigating the unknown. So stash away those local maps, folks. Keep them in a safe, dry place. Learn how to read them. Understand their symbols and scales, because when the world goes dark, these maps will light your way. With local maps, you chart the course of survival. To wrap things up, let's summarize. We've been through 11 crucial items you'd want to have on hand in a doomsday scenario. First and foremost, a water purification system, because without clean water, survival chances drop significantly. Then we have canned foods, a long-lasting and nourishing food source. A first aid kit is a must-have, given the potential for injuries. A portable generator can help keep essential electronics working, while a Firestarter Kit ensures you won't be left in the cold. A survival knife is an all-around tool and potential defense mechanism. A solar-powered radio could be your only link to the outside world. We also discussed the importance of a reliable flashlight and batteries. Shelter materials are vital for protection against the elements. Personal hygiene items maintain cleanliness and prevent disease. Lastly, local maps can aid in navigation, especially when modern technologies fail. Remember, preparedness is the key to survival. Stay safe out there.